In today's world, our egos are growing faster than our online shopping lists, especially with social media constantly rewarding vanity and attention-seeking behaviors. It's easy to get trapped in the cycle of needing validation, accumulating wealth, and projecting success to the world. But ancient wisdom and modern psychology can still help us master our egos. Here's a look at how you can overcome the ego using practical strategies backed by modern science and timeless teachings. Why is the ego a big deal? The concept of ego, as described by spiritual practices like Buddhism, revolves around our false self, the version of us that strives to be accepted and admired by others. This egoic identity is obsessed with survival, success, and recognition. There has been a significant rise in mental health issues tied to an inflated sense of self-worth, partly due to increased use of social media and comparison culture. According to a report from the American Psychological Association, over 75% of young adults reported feelings of anxiety tied to social media use, which is often a breeding ground for ego-driven behavior. Ego feeds on attention, likes, followers, views, resulting in increased anxiety and dissatisfaction when we don't meet our own or others' expectations. Understanding the roles we play. Ego is the root of many roles we unconsciously play to feel validated. Whether it's the successful entrepreneur or the perfect parent, these roles define us, leading to feelings of inadequacy when reality doesn't match up. The trouble isn't that we play these roles, but that we often lose ourselves in them. Studies show that people who over-identify with their professional or social roles are more likely to experience emotional burnout and depression. By recognizing these roles and acknowledging their hold on us, we can begin to separate our true selves from our egoic narratives. A survey by Psychiatry Today in 2024 indicated that individuals who regularly reflected on their behaviors were 40% more likely to feel content with their lives than those who didn't. This self-awareness is crucial for overcoming the ego. Practicing humility and embracing imperfection. Humility is a natural enemy of the ego. Ego wants us to always look successful, but humility allows us to embrace imperfection. A recent study published in the Journal of Positive Psychology in 2024 found that individuals who actively practiced humility reported lower levels of stress and greater life satisfaction. Learning to accept our imperfections and not always needing to be right or perfect helps us soften the grip of the ego. In fact, practicing humility also contributes to better interpersonal relationships, as it allows us to be more empathetic and open to others' perspectives. This is supported by a survey by Harvard, which showed that 60% of individuals who consciously practiced humility experienced more fulfilling relationships. Building resilience through connection. One of the strongest tools for overcoming the ego is building resilience, which involves adapting to setbacks and cultivating strong support networks. According to the Mayo Clinic, resilience means being able to cope with life's challenges while staying connected with others. It's not about going it alone, but reaching out when things get tough. Research from Resilient Studies Journal highlights that people who regularly seek support from friends or loved ones have a 50% better chance of recovering from emotional setbacks compared to those who do not. The ego, on the other hand, thrives on isolation and the illusion of independence, making resilience building through human connection a crucial part of overcoming it. Volunteering or being part of community activities has also been found to significantly boost resilience and reduce ego-driven isolation. Staying present. Awareness is the ego's kryptonite. As Eckhart Tolle points out, the ego can't exist in the present moment. It loves to dwell on past regrets or future fantasies. Learning to stay present helps diminish the ego's influence. Techniques like mindfulness meditation make us aware of habitual thoughts that fuel our ego, allowing us to stay grounded in the present. In a study from Mindfulness Research Journal, participants who practiced mindfulness meditation for 10 minutes daily reported a 30% reduction in negative self-talk and egoic thinking after just 8 weeks. Moreover, mindfulness not only helps individuals feel calmer, but also enables them to respond to situations rather than react, thus lessening the ego's power over their actions. Using gratitude as an ego detox. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to ego. While the ego constantly seeks more success, more wealth, more attention, gratitude reminds us of what we already have. Studies have consistently shown that practicing gratitude leads to improved mental health and reduced symptoms of anxiety and depression. A survey by the National Institute of Mental Health found that people who practiced gratitude daily experienced a 25% increase in feelings of contentment. By focusing on the positives in our lives, we can combat the ego's insatiable hunger and bring a sense of peace and fulfillment into our day-to-day experiences. Gratitude journals, for instance, have been linked to reduced stress levels and increased happiness by reminding us of our blessings, rather than fueling our ego's need for more. Practicing curiosity instead of reactivity. When our ego is triggered, we often react defensively. Instead of letting these reactions run our lives, practicing curiosity can help us understand why we feel the way we do. For example, if you find yourself getting defensive about criticism, pause and ask yourself why. Studies by the Emotional Intelligence Institute suggest that individuals who practice self-reflection and curiosity are 35% less likely to experience emotional outbursts. This approach not only helps in understanding ourselves better, but also reduces the ego's ability to control our reactions. Curiosity shifts the focus from protecting the ego to genuinely understanding our emotions, leading to more thoughtful and less reactive behavior. Mindfulness meditation to combat the ego. Mindfulness meditation is a practice that helps diminish the ego's power by making us more aware of our thoughts and the present moment. It helps us notice when the ego is taking over and allows us to step back before reacting impulsively. Studies have shown that meditation not only reduces stress, but also increases happiness and present moment awareness, helping to dissolve the ego over time. A meta-analysis of over 20 studies published in Mindful Living Journal found that regular meditators had a 50% decrease in ego-driven behaviors compared to non-meditators. Mindfulness also enhances our ability to empathize, as it shifts our focus from ourselves to the present environment, thereby reducing the influence of the ego on our relationships. Resisting the urge to defend the ego. Our ego hates criticism. It loves being right and wants us to react whenever it feels attacked. However, resisting this urge to defend our ego and instead listening to criticism can help us grow. In the words of Tull, responding with awareness rather than ego helps us stay true to ourselves and build healthier relationships. According to a study conducted by Psychological Science Review, individuals who practiced non-defensive listening experienced a 40% improvement in relationship satisfaction. This is because responding from a place of awareness allows for more constructive communication, rather than feeding the ego's desire for dominance and validation. The rewards of overcoming the ego. Ultimately, working on overcoming the ego doesn't mean completely eradicating it. After all, a little ego is sometimes necessary for survival. Instead, it's about finding balance. When we're no longer driven solely by ego, we find more peace, creativity, and joy in life. A recent report from the Happiness Institute found that individuals who focused on reducing ego-driven behaviors experienced an increase in life satisfaction and creativity by up to 45%. We become less reactive, more compassionate, and more in tune with our true selves, unburdened by the constant need for validation. Most importantly, we can find more joy in the present moment and begin to truly enjoy our lives, something our ego, forever chasing more, can never deliver. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey to better understand and overcome the ego. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Have you tried any of these methods, or do you have your own tips for keeping the ego in check? I'd love to hear about it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you never miss out on future content.